What? Holy shit, they're dead. What do I do? Who do I call? There is no one that you can call. The Game Reaper, what are you doing? Oh. Oh no, not another one. Afraid so. I was just about to take them away. Dang. Who did it? Wait, let me guess. Microsoft. What the crap, man? These jerks keep doing this. Okay, what studio, though? What game? Tango Gameworks. Hi-Fi Rush. What? Are you serious? Those jerks, it won awards. I know. It won the Video Game Award for music. Yeah, I know. I mean, the level design, with the gameplay and the music, it was loved by everyone. It's a shame. The characters were actually likable, even the bosses. It's a shame, a darn shame. How much? What? I said how much. Oh, here. Come on, buddy. Your story ain't over yet, man. Let's flip and go. All right. Woo! Something's been saved. For once, something's been saved by the claws of Microsoft and other terrible game companies. These big corpos that wish nothing more than to buy small studios and let them just rot. It seems like it's a story told time and time again, but this one has a happy ending. We're going over it today. As you guys all know, I like to read the news. I get my news on the tweets, the Twitters, the X's, the Y's, X's, Z's in there too somewhere. I'm not sure where the Z comes in. But anyway, that's where I typically get my news because it drops very quickly. And here we have Wario64, my dude, my guy. Tango Gameworks taken over and revived by the PUBG developer Crafton. Crafton? I didn't even know that was their name. I just always known them as the PUBG guys. With plans to expand the Hi-Fi Rush IP. Woohoo! I don't know if you guys are interested in this news at all, but when Hi-Fi Rush came out, which by the way, when that game came out, it was just a drop. It was like, there's no announcements of this game, and suddenly it was live. It was loved by everybody. It's an amazing game, platformer, action, like, game with some sort of like RPG elements, musical based. It was an amazing game. Went on to go and win awards. And at this time, Tango Gameworks was owned by Microsoft, which we'll get into that article a little bit later so you can understand the history of Tango Gameworks a little bit and that ownership between Microsoft. They go on, the game is incredibly successful. Some of my favorite streamers, like Maximilian Dude, was playing this game, and this is not a game you typically would just play.
Let's go, head. So sick, dude. So sick. So fucking cool. This is definitely like a feel-good game in the same way that like Space Channel 5 is a hella feel-good game, you know?
He's mostly into fighting games. You know, like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. And even he was playing this game because it was that cool. It had such an awesome premise. An incredible game. If you haven't played it, go play it, right? You can get it really cheap. I think the last time I saw you could get it for like $10 on a sale. Maybe just wait for a Steam sale and get it, but it's an amazing game, super fun. So anyway, they did so well, they went on to the Video Game Awards and they won Best Music. That's awesome. And I mean, clearly that would be the genre they would win in, because music is so important to the game. You literally have to attack on beats with songs. And as you do like super well, you start getting like cheers from like a crowd in the back, like Jai, Jai, Jai. It's awesome. It's so cool. It's such a cool premise. And then there's like combos that you can do, and just there's so many cool things that you can do with the game. There's even collectibles. The game is amazing. It's an amazing game. So when Microsoft decided, hey, you know what? Yeah, I know we picked up these studios, but we're just gonna have to trash them. And they decided to get rid of things like this, Hi-Fi Rush, which was like one of the most beloved games that came out last year. This is horrible news. Horrible. We were all upset. So me seeing this, if there's anything you should be happy about in the video game industry this week or this month, it's this. There's an IP that actually was amazing that got saved. We should be excited. And right here with Wario's post, he's saying that Krafton fully intends to do something. And it's not just any developer, by the way. It's the PUBG developer. These are the guys that did the Battle Royale stuff. That, you know, I don't know, Fortnite and flipping Call of Duty and even, I think, Battlefield now have all copied that. I'm not a big Battle Royale person, so I don't know the cool lore there behind the Battle Royales.
How do you do, fellow kids?
What?
As always, if you haven't looked at this channel before, we do this kind of content. I'm not a huge reaction guy. I'm never gonna look at somebody who's reacting to something and go, oh yeah, let's watch that. I'm not gonna do that, but I do love picking out articles and talking about them and going through them together. And I love doing what we're gonna do next, which is going through the tweets. Of all the tweets I wanna see the tweets on this bad boy, because guess what? There's gonna be some wholesome tweets in there. So let's get started here. If you haven't had a chance yet, please consider liking and subscribing. I like to put in a skit before every single video. Normally it has something to do with the video. And I tend to do very weird things. Some of them are really funny and some of them are kind of cringe, but whatever, right? It's YouTube. First comment by Faz. The 10 bucks I spent on PUBG a few months ago went to good use. Yes, it did. That $10 to support that developer to buy these guys, good spending. Yora, that profile is so creepy, dude. That picture. Huge win. Huge W win. Now, if only Microsoft could let them buy Evil Within IP back. I absolutely agree. I get rid of all these IPs that Microsoft and Sony have. You want to talk about another IP that a big corporation has that everybody wants? It's called Bloodborne. You know, everyone wants it. Even Miyazaki has said something about that. Like, hey, yeah, we'd love to do a PC. Oh, but I shouldn't say that because the overlords over at Sony might not like that. Anyway, so I absolutely agree. Get it out of there. Get it to people who actually care about the game. It's these small developers that are making really good games right now. I mean, it really is. I mean, think about the games that really have done well, and a lot of them are small developers right now. If they bring out Evil Within 3, we are so back. Yeah, I mean, again, that's funny. Evil Within comments. You'd think people would be more on the Hi-Fi Rush thing. But maybe some people haven't played it. Imagine how much negative PR Microsoft could have avoided if they just did this from the beginning. Oh, I mean, yeah, good point, right? Like, wouldn't it have been great if Microsoft was like, hey guys, yeah, the Red Dawn thing really didn't work out. You know, as a big corpo, we really don't want to take chances on games anymore because of one bad one that we're too much in the weeds about. So, oh, well, you know what? Would anybody like to buy this? But instead they were like, no, chopping block. You know who else is so happy they could cry? It's a funny joke. I really don't know I don't know what it's talking about, but it's funny. I hope we get more. I'm glad this happened. Me too. Twin War. Well, at least it's better than what Microsoft did to them. Hopefully they find success. I think they will. I think this developer is going to take care of them. You don't buy an IP and then say, hey, we're going to do more with this IP and then not buy a game studio and then just say how we're not going to do anything with the IP they have. They literally said they're going to do something with it, right? The next Hi-Fi Rush game will be a PlayStation exclusive. Just watch. I don't think it should. I think it should be a Steam and PlayStation. But yeah, you know what? Give a 1-up to Microsoft and say, yeah, you know, remember us? Yeah, we're not releasing our game on your system because you decided to just X us. You know, the people that literally won a music award at the VGAs. Would be pretty awesome if they did that. It's a shame it had to come to this. Another company buying out Tango and getting revived by PUBG, publisher of all companies. Oh well, it's good to see them come back again. But I do wonder if they'll try to force Hi-Fi Rush into PUBG like they almost did with Callisto. I don't know what that is. Game Callisto Protocol. If anyone even remembers that. I don't remember that stuff. I don't, but I'm not a huge PUBG person, so if you are and you know about what he's talking about, put in the comments below. Let me know. I have no idea what that is. Evil Within 3, please. Dude, Evil Within 2 was really good. It's a very good horror game. I've not played it. I honestly, I have kids, so me playing a horror game is very hard to do. I didn't have a Steam Deck at the time when Evil Within 2 came out, so I didn't get to play it. But I would be very interested in Evil Within 3, and I probably would go back and play the other ones when I get a chance to. You have kids, they don't like scary games. I have no idea why.
I just know something bad is going to happen. Huh?
Huge win! Yes, it is. Oh, I like this. Just a flag with a W on it. Yeah, so happy for Tango and Hi-Fi Rush fans. Absolutely. This is just fantastic. Okay, so here's another cool thing. When I was tuning into Maximilian Dude's stream, and I was watching him play it, I was really like, that voice, Chai's voice sounds so familiar. And then I realized, I'm like, hey, that's Prompto. That's Prompto from Final Fantasy 15. That's Robbie Damon. I know that guy. Yeah, I've actually met him. I met him at Katsucon. Great guy and super, super kind and sweet. I was really sad when this happened because I knew who he was and that he really loved this character a lot. So I was really sad when Microsoft just axed him, this game studio and the game, because I think he really was looking forward to the next one, because he is kind of a rock and roll type guy, and that was a perfect character for him to play. If you can think of Robert Downey Jr. playing Iron Man, Robbie Damon is perfect for the Chai character. He really is. But what I noticed was when this came out, Robbie Damon actually responded to it. And he said, I'd be down to rock an encore. Yes, please. Please do, dude. I'm serious. He was fantastic at this character. He's perfect for it. So he's already hey, put me in, coach. I'm ready. I'm so psyched. Yeah, super cool. What's the comments on this? Hi-Fi Rush 2, please and thank you. Yeah, that's another cool, this GIF right here, which is really cool. It's a part of the game where basically the main character is going to get some robotic stuff done to him. And I'm not sure what the story is behind that, if they have ailments or, some sort of handicap or something, so they get robotic parts put into him. But he accidentally has his iPod on there, when he gets it done, and so it gets put into his heart, and then that is kind of the explanation they have of why it's a rhythm game. And that's so cool. That's such a cool, neat concept. But anyway, yes, Hi-Fi Rush 2, please, and thank you. Let's go. Now secure the rest of the cast. Yep, do it. That's another thing. All the characters in the game are actually likable. When I made the skit and I talked about how the characters were loved universally, they actually are. It's very rarely I've looked or watched a game or played a game where I'm I like every single one of these characters. Every single one of the characters are likable. Even the villains are likable in this game. You can't help but like them. If I'm gonna put it as what it kind of remind me of, character-wise, some of you probably have played Persona 5, where each one of the characters really has kind of a sense of humor and has their own depth. that is kind of like what they did here with the characters in this game. They gave them depth. And even the villains, they gave them depth. And you get that here in an action game that's a platformer puzzle game. And it's really, oh gosh, this game's so good. I loved you as Chai Man. You really made me connect with the character, even down to how you delivered the lines. It really resonated and inspired me. I hope you get another chance to voice him. I absolutely agree. Robbie Damon killed it as this character. And just like that, hope has been restored to the galaxy. Yeah, I actually thought about the funny part, and it's not funny. A ton of people die. But the part in Star Wars where it's like, I hear a million voices cry out. But instead of like in pain, it's in hope, in happiness. You know? That's kind of how I feel like here. It's like you're sensing a ton of people just suddenly happy across the world. So let's actually get to the articles. The first thing I want to do is talk about the history of this, okay? And that's just going to be really quick, and then we'll actually get to the new article today to get a little bit more information. But let's talk about a little bit of the history, okay? So Microsoft are shutting down the studios that made Prey, Redfall, and Hi-Fi Rush. Okay, this was back in May 2024. I'm just going to go over this. So Microsoft are shutting down multiple game studios, including Redfall developers Arcane Austin and creators of Hi-Fi Rush, Tango Gameworks. The news was delivered via email to the staff at Xbox boss Matt Booty, which has since been seen by IGN. Booty calls the decision a consolidation of our Bethesda studio teams so we can invest more deeply in our portfolio games and new IP. That's so funny. That's such a funny line. You want to invest in new IPs, but you literally just had a good IP. Why would you exit? Oh, it's almost like you're just saying a bunch of corpo speak, because that's what this is. And it's also a slap in the face when it's a flippin' email. How would you like it if you went to work one day and then you find out you're losing your job through an email?
You've got mail.
What? What the? They didn't even have a decency to come to you and say, hey, by the way, Papa Goron, I'm sorry, we're gonna have to let you go because of X, Y, and Z. You have a week to clean your desk. At least that is like considerate. Hey, sorry, we just gotta consolidate. We don't have enough money going around. Like, that's considerate. Nope. Big old Microsoft, send them an email. They don't matter. Come on. So other studios hit are Mighty Dog Studios, makers of the mobile Doom spinoff, Mighty Doom. I've never heard of that, so it must not have been good. And Roundhouse Games. Yeah, I've never heard of it, so it must not have been good. Which will have its workforce transferred to ZeniMax Online Studios and developers of Elder Scrolls Online. So at least they had their stuff transferred. Follow the difficult release of the vampire shooter last year, Matt Booty indicated that Arcane Austin was not in danger of closure. That's another trashy thing when you're like, hey, yeah, they had a bad game, but we're not going to close them, and then turn around they do. These big corporations don't care about these IPs. They care about money and making their shareholders happy. They don't actually want to make games for the love of games. And people like us and people like Tango Gameworks, we suffer because of it. They were basically laid off. They were given an email, see ya, and then they were just left to dead. All these people had jobs and now they no longer do. Let's get to the good news. Let's get to the resurrection. PUBG owner Krafton have acquired Tango Gameworks and the Hi-Fi Rush IP. Such a dope picture. Oh man, like, yeah. I'm telling you, man, Robbie Damon is so perfect as this character Chai. Yeah, and I can't remember the cat's name. Oh, I can't remember the Otto? I think it's a number. It's gonna kill me now. I gotta look it up real quick. Hi-Fi Rush 808. See, this is the problem when you play other games like Armored Core, where they call you by number 621. I wanted to immediately say 621, but it's 808. I love this character. I thought it was so cool. There's a thing where you like, if you beat all the enemies, they start like jamming out together, and it's really cute.
808. Bad guys.
Tango Gameworks are back from the dead. The Hi-Fi Rush studio have been acquired alongside the IP for future games in the Rhythm Action series. Yeah, they basically made their own like category, a Rhythm Action series. It's amazing. By the South Korean company Krafton, who also own PUBG Studios and Striking Distance, among others. I tell you what, South Korea, man, coming in there. Like Stellar Blade, this all in this other like mech game, Mech Breaker, I think is what it's called. They're coming out with some good Lies of P, I think is another South Korean game. They're coming out with some fantastic stuff. It's good they are, because, well, nobody else is in America. Microsoft, you know, come on. Activision, EA, Ubisoft, you guys may be thinking about making some cool games someday. maybe not the mediocre ones. We're going to South Korea now for some interesting games. Okay. Well, maybe they will at some point. The former parent company, Microsoft, announced that they were shutting down Tango Gameworks back in May alongside Redfall Studio, Arcane Austin, and Mighty Doom makers Alpha Dog Games. In an email to the staff, Xbox boss Matt Booty called the move a consolidation of Bethesda and Zoo teams so that we can invest more deeply in our portfolio of games and a new IP. Yep, we already read that. The next day, Booty said that Xbox needed smaller games that give us prestige and awards at a town hall meeting. How disconnected are these people? You literally just had Tango Gameworks and Hi-Fi Rush get a video game award for best music, and you had the gall to go to a meeting after you asked them and say, well, we really need some smaller games to get some awards. I have a choice of words for you, but I'm a dad and I can't say them because my 2-year-old will say them in the background.
Oh, look, it's an abacus. Abacuses. Fun bolts. No, not very fun.
Greg is gonna buy you a diamond ring, and if that diamond ring gets sold, Greg's gonna feel like a big asshole. No, you don't want to say that word, though. We don't want to say that word because that's a bad word. No.
Hi-Fi Rush, a small game that won multiple awards, including a BAFTA, went down a treat with both fans and critics, including Hiram Crier for RPS, who called it a fantastic cocktail of rhythm-based, head-banging, and action-packed platforming. Following Booty's statement, Tango project manager Kazuaki Agashira posted a shelf-filled accolades, accompanied by the immortal words, "not enough." Basically, Hi-Fi Rush was adored, and Microsoft's choice, Shutter Tango, felt like one of the uglier decisions in a year full of them. I can't even imagine how he feels. He has all these people that he literally has cheered on. We got it, guys, we're the best. And they get an award, and then they're told they're not good enough. Well, Kazuaki, I want you to know that you are good enough. You are super good enough, dude. And we all love the game. Everyone here in America loves this game. Around the world loves this game and your characters. Keep going, my dude. Because we want to see more games like this. And Microsoft,
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
Grafton themselves being the ones with the necromancy scrolls, is it positive or not? We'll have to wait and see. That's true. I mean, Grafton could just completely do terrible with this IP, and then the IP just goes the way of Perfect Dark and Chrono Trigger and Dino Crisis and all these games that did super well, and then they're just forgotten about forever. But I'm optimistic. This is better than if Microsoft just killed them and then we never heard from them again. If I were Crafton, the studio, I would absolutely do another game. Give these guys a budget, not anything crazy. Give them a good budget. Okay, millions of dollars, whatever, all right? We're not talking about some AAA budget. Give them a good budget. They're going to make a good game. They are. People are going to buy it. They're going to buy it just because it's Hi-Fi Rush 2. You keep the same gameplay, and then you give us new bosses, maybe some new mechanics, and some awesome music. You're golden. You're golden. This is just a win. It's a huge win. If you have anything to be happy about this week, this month, it's this in the video game industry. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think about this whole, change of hands with Hi-Fi Rush going to the Crafton Studios. Do you think it's gonna, go on to do like a Hi-Fi Rush 2? Do you think they're gonna bring back Robbie Daymond and make an amazing game? Or do you think it's just gonna fall flat on its face? You're all awesome, man. I can't believe we're like at 100 subscribers now. I just started this channel. If you like this video, maybe consider watching the Capcom video I just did. Talked about what is Capcom really doing with Mega Man right now? May want to go watch it. The comments there are fire, by the way. You guys have a wonderful day, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.